Hey guys, this is Michael Newman with AFME TV. We are here at Nob Hill Studios and you are watching On Cue. Hey everybody, welcome back to AFME TV's On Cue. I'm your host Michael Newman, and today we are on location in celebrity painter, artist extraordinaire Michael Ostaski's. We're actually sitting in front of one of his paintings right now. I'm excited to be here in your studio. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm excited to have you guys here. This is awesome.
Yes, so I've seen a lot of your paintings, so I'm really interested to see maybe your process and where you come from in terms of your art. So let's just get right into it. For people who don't know who you are already,
okay, sure.
What would you describe yourself as?
I'm a speed painter, I guess you would say, and I do these paintings typically this size in 6 minutes. Now this one was done in my studio, but basically a 6-minute painting of this size of usually celebrities and stars, and really fun. It's been a fun gig. I've been doing it for about 15 years now. So.
Wow. And how'd you get started?
Well, I got started because I met a group of people, the Pink Flamingos, actually. They have celebrity enterprises, and they hired me to do some backdrops and some costuming for them because I'm a pretty good airbrush artist. I've been doing that quite a really long time. And so when I first moved here from California, long story short, they heard about me coming in, and they said, man, this guy is real creative, and we needed some background murals and some costuming, and they hired me to do it. And since then, we became really good friends. And they have a big band that tours around the United States. And they asked me, it'd be really cool if you could do some art for us with us.
And you said, fine, sure, right?
Yeah, and we started slow. I started doing like murals behind them while they would do their 4-hour act. But I didn't really like that. It was like I was just in the background, and I just kind of didn't like that as well. And so we sort of capitalized it all, and I worked on it, and I love the music, and I love to paint to music. So I just said, I was thinking, I've got to come up with something where I could captivate an audience and not get them to be bored, So it ended up 20-minute painting, ended up a 15-minute painting, ended up, I'm going to get these guys, I'm just going to make them so they just don't even blink their eyes.
So it's more like a race against time for you as an artist, because it's a lot of, I want to say, heart and soul that goes into it when we want to make something perfect. So when you're doing a speed painting, is there a challenge for you to get all these details or to get as much as you can within that time span?
Well, yeah, it's a real challenge. And what I like about it is, I think my favorite thing about what I do is not only do I inspire people and I really get their creative juices flowing, because they look at that and a lot of people go, oh man, I want to go home and paint.
Right.
But what I really like about it is, if you've never seen me before, and if it's the first performance of the night that I do, sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 paintings throughout the night. But if it's the first one, what I love most is people look at me and they go, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's making a mess. And I do. I make a mess.
Yeah.
But I get up there and I'll start working on a painting, and you can't tell what it is.
From the inception, like you can't tell.
I really work hard on trying to make sure they don't know what it is for a while, because it's real exciting for them to go, well, what's he doing? He doesn't know what he's doing. And then all of a sudden, about 3 minutes into it, they're going, wait a minute, that's a face, and then I have the music change into whoever I'm painting. Oh, so wow. If I'm painting Michael Jackson, right about 4 minutes, boom, here comes Michael Jackson music, and all of a sudden you hear the crowd go, oh, wow, and then it starts formulating, and Michael Jackson, the music's over, and I reach up and my handprints,
right,
and I take the bow, and everybody's like, wow,
that's amazing. I mean, that's beautiful. I want to talk more about the process and going in front of crowds. But let's go to commercial break after. We'll talk more about that.
All right, sounds cool.
This is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come. When you feel my heat, look into my eyes. It's where my demons hide. It's where my demons hide. Don't get too close, it's dark inside.
Hakeem Bellamy, poet, and you're watching AFME on Q.
All right, we are back with Michael Ostaski. So let's talk about some of your favorite celebrity moments, because you paint celebrities. Are there some crazy stories of, collaborating with any celebrities and making pieces out of them?
Yeah, I really had a good time with Cheech Marin.
Okay.
He was a really, really great guy. Harrison Ford was an exceptionally cool guy. John Travolta, Calista Flockhart and John Travolta were sitting right in the front row while I was painting Harrison Ford.
Talk about pressure, right?
Yeah, right. And Dennis Hopper, and we were at a celebrity thing in Reno, and I got a chance to paint. I do a real nice John Lennon. It's one of my favorite paintings, and everybody loves John Lennon. And I painted it in front of all the celebrities there, and it auctioned off for like 10 grand.
Wow.
But, they were also paying $175 for Cherry's Jubilee. But, it was the high A-list crowd. But they loved it, and that was great. And then I just recently got a chance to paint Sammy Hagar down in Cabo San Lucas.
That's so cool.
And that was just totally awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm a real rock fanatic, so to meet Sammy and be right there with him, like this was really a great honor.
Yeah.
And actually, to tell you the truth, we did the show. It was for a benefit for one of his charities, and all the people down there were just really great folks. A little bit of money in the crowd, obviously.
Right.
So this one gentleman bought the painting that I did of Sammy. Sammy autographed it, I autographed it, and then he gave it back to the foundation, and then they sold it again.
Wow.
So Sammy was like, dude, that's awesome. Thank you.
Great.
So it was, for me to actually do a lot of celebrity charity auction benefits has really been a really honor too.
Right. So I was going to ask you about that. Like, what's your inspiration for keep on painting,
Money. No, I really, that's all I really love painting. And I just work with my hands, I love woodworking, painting, building stuff. And to me, that's all I live for.
Right.
And what I like also about painting is I very rarely paint the same thing over and over and over,
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to go to work at the Home Depot, and the same, it's like Groundhog Day. My life is the opposite of that.
Right.
One day I'm in Cabo, next day, I just got back from the Dominican Republic, and I did a really cool show down there. And tomorrow or Monday morning, I'm leaving for New York City. So it's great, and everybody wants different portraits. So, like in New York, I'm going to paint Oprah, and I don't know if she's going to be there. They say she's going to be there.
Could be a surprise.
Yeah.
That's so exhilarating to know that you're going to be painting these people, and that they could be in the crowd, and that pressure of I'm going to make your face in 6 minutes and make it in a jiffy and make it good.
That's
pressure's on.
Yeah,
That's a challenge.
Definitely.
That's great. So what's next for you, Michael? What are the most recent works that you're working on?
I'm working on a really cool project now, and AFME is going to sponsor me to do a little documentary, and we're going to pull something together, and I'm building a really cool motorhome on a semi-truck, and this thing is second to none, beautiful. It's going to be great, and so that's like my newest inspiration, and travel around and do my shows, and just kind of get back on the road a little bit as far as. Getting off the airplane and all that is one thing, but if I could do this a little bit more with the motorhome, and then maybe even, go to, concerts or events and actually show the home as well as me being the artist and craftsman, it's really neat because inspiration, man, it's everywhere out there.
And you have such a unique talent, and that you don't see very often, and I think that's really something that a lot of people want to see at home, and excited at AFME, and actually some of your pieces are going to be on the abqfilmx.com, so if you want to check out any of his work and buy some of his work, please go there for that.
That's right. They're always pulling something together down there. They're good folks.
And that's where we met last year. So I'm glad to see you in your space, and thank you for letting us in here and to see what you do.
Oh, by that way, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, how cool that is. I got a chance to paint him, and Aaron Paul were back in the dressing room with me, and I was like, those dudes are crazy nice. And that was like that. I love Breaking Bad, and being from New Mexico,
and it's a New Mexico homegrown thing. Totally.
Yeah, so I got inspired by them, and I did a whole series of black and white airbrush of them. And they're awesome. So, you come and check those out, too.
Yeah, totally. Well, thank you so much, Michael.
All right.
Yes, and thank you guys so much for watching AFME's On Cue. I'm your host, Michael Newman, and make sure you go to abqfilmx.com.